Pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, or PGD, is a technique that allows us to determine the gender of your embryos prior to transferring them back to your uterus. This process requires you to undergo in vitro fertilization. During the in vitro fertilization process, you will be given fertility medications so that you make more than just the single egg that you make in a natural cycle. The eggs will then be removed from your body. The eggs are then taken to the laboratory and fertilized. And the fertilized eggs are what we call embryos. The embryos start off at a single cell, and over the course of the first 3 days of their life, they will go from 1 cell to 6 to 8 cells. At that point, one of those 6 to 8 cells, is then removed from the embryo, and we can take that cell and we can test it. And when we test it, we can determine whether or not the embryo is a boy or a girl, and we can also determine whether the embryo has any chromosomal problems. One of the chief advantages of pre-implantation genetic diagnosis is that it is nearly 100% certain, 99.99%. Another potential advantage of pre-implantation genetic diagnosis is that you can also test to see whether the embryo has other chromosomal abnormalities. Specifically, the most common types of pre-implantation genetic diagnosis can look for what are called aneuploidies. Aneuploidies are when you have an abnormal number of chromosomes. Pre-implantation genetic diagnosis can be done in several ways. The oldest method and the oldest technology that can be utilized for pre-implantation genetic diagnosis is called fluorescent in situ hybridization, or FISH for short. What FISH is a process where a marker is created that binds to a specific portion of the chromosome that it is targeting. There are additionally a number of other technologies currently under development, and I expect that in the future, most patients that do PGD for aneuploidy are going to utilize one of these technologies that looks at all 24 chromosomes.